Nicole, we've talked before, obviously, and I'll just use this time to kind of reintroduce myself and then introduce Austens, who will also be having a few speaking roles on the demo. So I'm the community moderator, as I'm sure you remember. So the MPC website is the area that I manage, both in terms of just sort of curating the area and managing the site, and also providing some feedback and responses, being the contact point for most of the community managers, some of the managers that are independent on the website, etc. And then just kind of the all-up community manager as well. So Austens is our tech lead. He is a vendor for Microsoft through the iTalent Corporation. He provides most of our backend support for the website, and then is a primary contact for us over to Lithium. So Lithium is the platform that the MPC website actually sits on. So he's been a really helpful resource for us, both in tackling some production questions as well as just being a really strong support on that side. So he'll speak up a few times throughout the presentation to give you a little extra information, but I'll be the voice for most of it. So we're essentially hosting these demos to provide extra information to all of the communities that we've been soliciting to try and get to onboard onto MPC. So some of the points of the demo today, hopefully the message that you take away is we'll have a really strong overview of the layout of the website and then also how to navigate it. Hopefully you'll have a really strong understanding about how to register, post, and navigate discussion threads, etc. And then finally what we wanted to do is just go over in detail one of our exemplar communities that we've been able to onboard from Yammer onto MPC, and that's the UK Partner Zone. So we'll do a little bit of a deep dive into where they exist on the website, kind of what their experience has been so far, so you can get a good idea about what your experience might be should you onboard with us to MPC. And then we'll just open up at the end for some questions if there's any lingering thoughts that you have. I will ask that you actually, since it's just you, you can go ahead and speak up with your questions at any point in time, or just type them into the chat was the option that I wanted to give you as well. So one of the things that I'll do to start off is I'll just share my screen, and we're going to hop on the MPC website so I can start with the just kind of navigation and layout of the website. So I'll go ahead and share my screen really quick. All right, so it looks like it's connected. So the place that I wanted to start is just here at the top. We've got our main bar for navigation with our tabs set up right now as Engage, Transform, Scale, and then a section for Products and Solutions. So this is the landing page for MPC. You can see we've got a search bar here, a place to start a topic, a button up here at the top. This kind of controls the profile information for whoever's logged in, and then this button will just be replaced with a register now if you come to the website as a new user. So here on the home page we have an area where all the posts that are made on MPC are aggregated. So these are going to be all activities, all categories across the website that are public. So we've got a post here in feedback and support, one for events, building partnerships and alliances, and then it'll go down just to being capped right here, and you can click view all. My view is going to be a little bit different because I'm the admin, but you'll be able to see all of the things that have been recently posted, both in terms of kind of when they were posted, who they were posted by, where they were posted, and then you'll get a little teaser here, and then the topic or title as well. One thing to notice is that posts that don't have the RE are going to be just original posts, so it's going to be the first post of a thread, and then the RE, obviously, as we all know, is just a response or a reply to that post. So you can go in and see kind of the thread here. It looks like this one was commented. I made a post twice, and it was a reply to the same feed. So that's just kind of the general navigation there. And I can just go back really quickly. So I'll go over our tabs as well. So let's wait till it refreshes real quick. There we go. So for the Engage section, we've got our Microsoft Connect and our Partner Connect sections. These mirror generally the purpose of what the website is supposed to be. So it's supposed to be an area for partners to connect with one another, which is kind of where most of these connections live, and then an area where partners can connect directly to Microsoft employees, SMEs, influencers, etc. So under Microsoft Event Connect, for example, there's an events page. If I go there, two of the most popular places that I can navigate to that have a lot of robust content are going to be a spot specifically for Microsoft Inspire discussions, which is coming up shortly, and then one of the activities that we host as well, which is Ask Me Anything. It's a once monthly event where a topic is picked and Microsoft SME is identified, and they answer questions in a specific topic area. It could be about a practice area or a product or an area of speciality. We actually had our May one today, and Melissa Mulholland spoke on just artificial intelligence and then some industry opportunities around what Microsoft is doing for artificial intelligence. So she hosted that this morning, and most of those discussions live in here. So if I click on this area, what you can see is some of the recent Ask Me Anythings that we've hosted. So we did one on GDPR a couple months ago. We did the ISV offer and playbook last month. We've done partner learning tools, partner learning, how to partner with partners. So you can see that we've got a nice breadth of topics here just for that specifically. So we'll continue to host those on the last Wednesday of each month. And like I said, you can find all the discussions there. And then there's also an announcements area for upcoming events, product launches, etc. The Partner Connect page, we've got a section for CSPs, an area for IMCP, a public sector section, building partnerships and alliances, and then software asset management. As a quick preview, the UK partner zone and where most of the onboarded partner communities will live is right here. So for example, if I'm a partner in the United States, I can click on building partnerships and alliances. I can get a quick view about kind of other areas that MPC is hosting specifically for regions that I can try and get connected with. So these are our two communities that we've onboarded thus far, and then the UK partner zone is the one that we're going to feature a little bit later in the demo. That's what you can find under Engage. Under Transform, this is obviously much far more motivated towards the partner experience, and we have information on how to build a practice, how to build your IP, digital transformation, and then managed services. Under Scale, it's a spot for scaling your business. And then for products and solutions, we've got our practice areas page and then a page specifically for each product. So for example, under practice areas, one of the things that you can see is that what we're starting to do is mirror some of the guided experiences, cloud and AI, security and compliance, etc., by creating a spot on MPC where partner-to-partner connections and discussions around those practice areas can be made. So eventually this will look very similar, at least in terms of topic dispersal, to what the guided experiences will be, since that is supposed to be essentially part of the online digitally managed experience for partners. So that's kind of a preview on that space as well. So one of the things that I wanted to do now, just really quickly before I transition, is show the start a topic button and then the search bar button function. So in here you can search by community, specifically in this category we've landed on practice areas to narrow the search down, or I can also find users here as well. So this is the search bar for us. And then there's just a start a topic button, which I'll go over in just a second. One of the things that you'll notice too about what the landing page looks like is we've been going through a couple, having some conversations around making some cosmetic changes to the website. So hopefully, obviously that's all done in the name of making sure that the website's as usable and sort of friendly as possible. So there might be a couple things that you'll notice have changed as you go on the website in over the next few weeks. So that's something that we're committed to and working on developing just as we see fit. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is how to register. So one of the things that I'll do really quickly is I'll log out so we can just kind of see what that experience is going to be like. I'll take this one off. Alright, so we'll use another account. Oh, here we go. That's why. So we'll just click register now since we don't have an account. Oh wait, I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on one second. We're going to sign this one out. Alright, so I'll just click register up here in the top corner. We're going to use another account. We're going to create an account. Alright. Password. Okay, well, for now, what I'll do is we'll go to my profile and I'll basically show you kind of what the landing page looks like. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So once you're logged in, you can see a couple of different areas here. Your profile, settings, subscriptions, help, switch user, and sign out. What I'm going to do really quick is just highlight the process I would have gone through to create a new account. Unfortunately, I've run out of email addresses to assign a new account for, so I'll just explain it this way. So when you register, just past that screen of inputting your email and then password, you're dumped onto a page that has a spot to fill out information about your name, your company that you work for, the URL for the company, your title, location, and then the important thing about it that I do not have filled out yet is the bio information and then the community interest. So what that does is it gives you a chance to kind of say a little bit about your business as a partner or what you're looking for specifically on MPC or as part of your experience on MPC. A really good aspect of that is that it allows other partners to locate you based on interest and partner type. So it gives you a chance to make really relevant partner connections, which is, like I said, is one of the primary functions of the website. One of the things that we're working on right now is integrating Partner Center with Microsoft Partner Community so that when partners begin their journey with Microsoft, they can go to Partner Center, register there, and then they don't have to do any extra registering or credential making or assigning in any other Microsoft engine. So they'll have a single sign-on and a single sort of compiled experience across the different platforms with the portal, Microsoft Partner Community, and Partner Center as well. So the nice thing about that is it'll also migrate all the information from Partner Center to MPC that you inputted right when you signed up. So hopefully, like I said, that'll make the experience of using all the Microsoft engines a little bit easier. So one of the things I want to focus on now is just starting a topic. So what I'll do is I'll go to click the Start the Topic button, which is a button that's located on all the pages here on Partner Community. I can enter a subject, and then here I can actually choose where it lands. So for example, if I wanted to post something within maybe a blog that I made and I wanted to put it in blog discussions, it could go there. Or if I wanted to talk about join a conversation in the UK partner zone, I could post something there. I could also just go to building partnerships and alliances and put it there as well. One of the things that's nice is if you don't immediately kind of know where you want to go within here, you can go to show all, and what it'll do is it'll show you the tabs that you see at the top of the page. So if I navigate up to here, I'll see engage, transform, scale, and products and solutions, and then the place that I get to pick where it goes also mirrors that. So I can just navigate this the same way I would navigate this and find a really relevant place to put that. The nice thing about this too is that I can attach a file. So if there's a relevant piece of content like a picture or a document or anything for my post, I can do that as well. And then the nice thing here as well is you can put labels in so that those are searchable. And then as well here, if you look, you can have a box to check when you get an email when someone replies. The nice thing about this is that you'll get at least a notification on the website here, but you can also get that sort of second level of notification by getting an email when someone replies. The nice thing is, as soon as you make a post, you'll get replies or notifications for replies, and then if you comment on any post that had previously been started, you can also get notifications for replies on that one as well, and then you can sign up for that additional level of being notified via email, which is nice. So that's kind of generally how to navigate. Obviously, like I said, the search bar comes in an important function here because you can search topics specifically or just go to a page and see what sort of relevant material is there for you as well. So the last thing that I wanted to do, actually really quickly before I go into that, I don't want to step on Austin's toes. So one of the things that some of the things that I've outlined here are all functions that are given to the really basic role that is assigned to you as just a registered user. So the nice thing about that is that there are different roles for people that serve different positions in the community. So, for example, like you, Nicole, as a community manager, we could assign you a higher level of responsibility that would allow a little bit of extra customization. So what I'm going to do really quickly, actually, is pass it off to Austens. He's going to share his screen, and then he'll give you a little bit of a rundown about some of the different roles that can be assigned within the community.
Okay. So a few points I want to touch on before we go into the additional permissions. To answer your question in chat, yes, you can. There is, however, a file size limit. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say I think it's probably 75 megabytes. So you can attach videos, they just can't exceed that, the size restraint. And then for the login process, the partner community is on SSO, so as long as you have an MSA or AAD account, you can log in with those credentials. All you would need to do is fill out the profile like TJ showed, and then pick a username. Okay, so moving on to the additional permissions, let me share my screen. I guess before I jump into that, do you have any questions? Okay, cool. Then I will share. Okay, so this is a category for the UK Partner Zone. I think as we touched on a bit earlier. As you can see here, there are several boards. So within each of these categories, it's possible to have a moderator or a stakeholder role where you can do a few additional things on top of just the basic things that TJ went over. So in addition to creating posts, you can also move posts around. You can delete posts that aren't yours. You can float topics to the top, like pin a PSA or an announcement. I think there are a lot of pretty standardized moderator tools that you can use within the community. I don't know if you have any things that you're looking for in particular, but as far as management of content within your own area, that's certainly possible. You can also go in and create announcements or even run polls as a moderator or stakeholder. So those are some of the additional permissions you can do. It's also possible to create roles for slightly different workflows. So let's say you want a read-only board and only have a few members to be able to post. That's also possible, but an admin like TJ or myself will need to be reached out to so we could set that up on the back end. So I think that covers some of the additional roles and permissions. Moving on to analytics. So Lithium has some built-in analytics tools. The main one they have is called LSI, Lithium Social Intelligence. So let me open that up. And basically what they have is, it's the same tree structure that we've seen in the community, so the same as the drop-down menus. So each of these represents a folder within the community or a category. And let me quickly just go back to the UK Partner Zone so you can see what some of these analytics look like. So here, this is just the page you're at not too long ago. So you can see within UK Partner Zone, there are these 5 areas, and these 5 areas are also here. So you can see how many visits, how many unique visitors, how many posts are going on. So basically just a health check. And then you can also do different date ranges and things like that. And then within each of these boards, you can also drill down and see, hey, like what's going on with some of these topics, like what are hot topics, and you can see a few additional metrics as well. And then clicking them will take you back into the community. So do you have any questions around the permissions or metrics? If not, I'll turn the ball back over to TJ.
Sweet. Awesome. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate that. Good little survey. So, Nicole, on the LSI, Lithium Social Intelligence, obviously that can be a really good way to get some insight into kind of how your community is behaving, what posts are successful, what posts partners are caring about, etc. And then it gives you a really easy way to do some reporting back to anyone who's asking about some of those same things. So those permissions can be assigned for you as a community manager and any other community managers as well, which have access to. So I'll share my screen one more time. The last thing I want to go over before we talk about any questions that you might have is just looking at the UK Partner Zone so you can get a really good idea about what your experience might be like as a community manager in that area. So once again, I'm going to navigate over to the Engage section, Partner Connect, and then Building Partnerships and Alliances. Yes, I want to leave. I do not want to make a post. So I'll go down here to the UK Partner Zone. And then one thing that I'll see initially is this description. So it's a dedicated area for UK partners to connect around readiness events and content at a local level. And then you can see how their boards are distributed right now. There's a general UK Partner Zone discussion board. There's a board on UK Partner Concierge, cloud solution providers in the UK, partner licensing, and then Dynamics 365. So Sophie Garland Sophie Ware and Hannah Garland, are the 2 community managers over on the UK community on that side, and we've had direct contact with them ever since we initially contacted them to come over from Yammer, and then have maintained that contact as well just throughout their experience so far in MPC. And they said that they've had a very, very strong turnout in the transition from Yammer to MPC, and that they continue to see a growing amount of engagement. Part of the reason that we reached out to them is trying to, propose that value of having a single space for connection with partners globally, and then also a single space for connections to be made to Microsoft directly to get that line of communication solidified. And they said that they've definitely benefited from that. All of these different categories have been fully customized by them as well, so this was just based on need. They found that their partners were interested in most of these topics, and pretty much continued a lot of the categorized discussions that we're having on Yammer, and just continued them on MPC as well. So this is kind of what theirs look like. This would be a very similar view for any other community that joined. Obviously fully customizable at this level by the admins, and then being able to look at the different descriptions of all that stuff, and then also be able to click into it as well and kind of see what type of activity is going on there. Obviously it's going to look really similar to what the home page looked like before, but it's going to have mostly activity from partners. You can see too, here's Sophie commenting, and then Hannah as well. So they're both active in that community, and they said that they've seen still a high level of engagement from their partners. So one last thing that we'll do is I'll pass it back to Austens to take a little bit of a look at some of the metrics associated with this community specifically, and then we'll open it up for questions. We'll stop sharing, and I'll let Austin share, and you can talk a little bit more about that.
Okay. Since it's just you on the call, is there anything in particular around metrics that you would like to see? Or it's just an overview? Okay. I will share my screen again. these within LSI, I want to say that there is a slight delay by day because, yeah, today's the 30th, and the metrics are only up to the 29th. So it's a 24-hour. I know that we're doing some reporting in Power BI as well, but those reports are also a day lag time because of the bulk data extracts. I hope that answers your question. So not real time, but a day behind. So I think I touched on this briefly, but going through the community tree just to find your own specific area. So I know we're looking at the UK area, but you can see most of these metrics are around pretty much health, so visits, how long it takes for people to reply to the thread, how many people have replied, how many posts were marked as good, like with kudos, and how many were marked as a solution. And then you can also, if you'd like, you can get these reports emailed to you as well if you don't want to come here ad hoc. You can get these as like a weekly dump into your email. Yeah, so within these areas, you can actually go to a members tab, and you can see the member breakdown within these areas. So, oh yeah, sorry. Is this better? Oops, that's too many. Okay. Sorry about that. I think the resolution was just a bit high. But to answer your question, yes. So you can see activity by user within these areas. So I can actually even go one step back and not just this discussion board. And then you can see slightly more aggregated metrics. Yep. Do you have any other questions around metrics? If not, I think that pretty much covers the basic use of LSI. So I can turn the ball back to you.
Sweet, awesome. Thanks, Austin. So, yeah, all good questions. Nicole, obviously, we want it to be as helpful for you as possible. So I noticed that some people are interested in some metrics more than others. So obviously, it has that whole host of capabilities, and then can be kind of pinpointed or centered on depending on what your needs are. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of kind of what's on the website, how to register, how to post, how to subscribe, how to get involved, how to search for material that you need, with a really strong backing from being able to customize by assigning different roles for customization, and then also being able to interact really strongly with that platform from sort of a metrics and insight perspective. We know that you were interested in that. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better idea about some of the use cases for that as well. Before we close on the call, did you have any other remaining questions, either that we can answer now or pursue later and follow up with you? Perfect. Okay, awesome. So yeah, just feel free to email us a list of questions or concerns or comments that you have. You can include myself, Austens, and Keisha in that email if you want as well, so we can make sure to get everyone involved. Thank you for your time this afternoon or this morning, wherever it is on your location. We appreciate it, and hopefully, like I said, it's been informational, and we'll look for that email from you shortly.
Cool. Thank you, TJ.
Yes, of course. Austin,
Thank you.
Austin, thank you for your help. And And Nicole, thanks for joining. I'll talk soon. All right, see you guys.